What is good? Welcome back to Auditory Hotness. And today, oh my goodness, we're talking animals as leaders and their newest, Parrhesia. I've come to the conclusion after listening to this album that Animals as Leaders are actually the band Wild Stallions from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I mean, think about it. You've got two guitarists, Tosin Abasi and Javier Reyes, both playing the 8-string guitar, super futuristic. And then you have Matt Garska, who is just this alien drummer. It's music for the future. It's the music of the future. Now, all jokes aside, Animals as Leaders are a progressive metal band from Washington, D.C., currently on Sumerian Records, and Parrhesia is their 5th full-length album. They also have a live album, and as always, hit the description down below for all their information. So you need to ask yourself, are you a fan of incredibly technical and proficient music that just transcends genres, time, and space and just makes you feel like more of a human than you usually do? If so, then you are certainly going to enjoy this album. But honestly, I think this is must hear for anyone who is into electronic music, jam bands, metal, jazz, classical, any genre of music you can think of. I like to think that Frank Zappa would be a huge fan of Parrhesia. So without any further ado, let's review the album. Step 1, reviewing the album cover. Parrhesia has this striking album cover of the snake wrapped around the lily with this just black background. It is an absolutely striking image in this album. It fits this album to a T. You have so much contrast and texture, dark, light, colored, silence. I mean, it is mind-boggling. Because of that, this album cover certainly fits the music within it. Step 2, track listings and times. Parrhesia is a total of 8 tracks, 37 minutes long, and you're looking at an average song length of 4 minutes and 5 seconds. And upon first looking at that, my only gripe with this album is, why couldn't it be longer? Only 37 minutes? I mean, I can't do it. Who am I to say that that's a gripe? But then, when you start delving into the ridiculous complexity of this music, nice job on creating 37 minutes of this. Step 3, my key takeaways. So full disclaimer before we get into my key takeaways, I'm not necessarily a metal expert, so if there are things that I miss or topics that you think worth discussing, hit us in the comments below so we can all get educated on this. Key takeaway 1. 50 to 55% of people who listen to music experience frisson, which means goosebumps. You get this chill, this reaction to music when it's really powerful. 50 to 55% of people. I am one of those people. I put Parrhesia on my headphones the other morning while I was going for a walk, and within 10 seconds, I was just absolutely lit up. And why? Because this music transcends all categories and all genres of music. Words do this album absolutely no justice. Key takeaway 2, yes, this music is heavy. No, there are no vocals. Is that a good thing? To me, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's not to love about heavy music? There's heavy texture in all types of music. If you listen to classical music, there are plenty of heavy, dark sections. So that's just the texture that you're going to find within this album. Key takeaway 2.5, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit your notifications. Every day we're here at 6:30. Thanks. Key takeaway 3. I think I have each of the band members pretty much pinned down. Tosin Abasi is a guitar god who is revolutionizing the way that people play and think about approaching the guitar, and maybe one of the most important musicians of the 21st century. Javier Reyes is ridiculous, would be an amazing lead guitarist in any other band, and is in his other band Mastis, and because of his proficiency, it just adds to the ridiculous dynamics of the music. And Matt Garska is a space octopus on the drums. There is no way that he only has 4 limbs. While he's out there playing, there's just invisible limbs that are sprouting out from him. Key takeaway 4. One thing that I find really interesting about Parrhesia is that there's like this role reversal that you usually find in rock songs, where you have these really kind of simplistic guitar solos over this unbelievably technical, undersection of music, it makes a lot of sense because you don't need that super fast technical playing, because that's all it is super fast technical playing. So it really makes those guitar solos soar. Key takeaway 5. Do I need to tell you any more how awesome this album is? Step 4, tracks of hotness. Oh, that's funny. I'm only supposed to pull a few tracks off of this album to recommend to you. That is just that's just a ridiculous task. However, I'll be a good sport here. I would check out track 2, Monolith. Also, check out the video for this track as well, which has really cool interpretive dance, as do a number of their videos for this album. This track absolutely demonstrates the complexity in the rhythmic patterns and the textures that this band is able to create without being overly heavy. It's just Frank Zappa-esque. Check out track 4, Gestorfer. This is a really great example of their ability to kind of just form differing textures of music and have a little bit more restraint. It's still insane, but it's not as just heavy and full-fledged ahead. It's got a little bit softer side to it, if that's even a way to describe this. And then check out track 8, Microaggressions. It's like classical music on high doses of Adderall. Step 5, suggested listening. Good luck doing anything else besides listening to this album. I'm not 100% sure how you could listen to this and pull your attention away. It's just so intense. I would listen to this album in a pair of headphones unless you have just an absolutely ridiculous surround sound home stereo. I really think that you're going to lose some of the communication between the band members on here, and you're not going to want to. If you are going to listen to this album and do something else, I would think maybe playing video games. I'm not necessarily someone who does, but I could see it going well with that. I would also say working out, weightlifting, running, cross training, deadlifts, whatever. This album has an intensity to it that'll probably have you breaking your personal bench press record. And if you do enjoy this album, I recommend the following. Check out Tigran Hamaisen, I hope I'm saying that right, and his album, The Call Within. It is absolutely ridiculous jazz music with some Middle Eastern influences in there that is super, super intricate. Definitely not as heavy as Animals as Leaders. And then check out Schober Leader 1 in their album Electrack, which is like a live band combination of electronic music, funk, jam band stuff. Mind-expanding technicality and precision that is just like you're going to hear on Parrhesia. So please do yourself a favor. Give Animals as Leaders a try. It might be heavy, but you're still going to love it. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Auditory Hotness is here every day, bringing you all different styles of music that you really should be checking out. Peace.